again. We're off for another solo camp up there. It's 3:30, so I set off a bit earlier than last time. Learning by your mistakes. Although it was all right setting the tent up in the dark. Today I've got a new tent that I'm trying out. So hopefully that's a bit better. Just been watching these people down here coming down. A lesson to be learned on this little short grass. Just sliding on the bums all the way down. As soon as one gets up, another one fell down. Anyway, they're enjoying it. That's what it's to be had. It's not really any danger. Near the bottom of the fell anyway. They were saying they've been up and through the ice and everything, and they come down here and it's slippier than it is up there. So anyway, I've got up there all right. I think it's probably slippier as you're coming down than it is going up. You tend to concentrate a bit more going up on the fells. I'm just going a slight different path to the ridge walk. Just to get an idea of what it's actually like. I've always gone up on the ridge, and I've never come up this bit, so I thought as the night's mine, I'll just mosey on up and see what it's like. The wind was predicted for coming in down the valley there, down Bassenthwaite Valley. Sorry, no it wasn't. The wind was predicted from coming the opposite way. But I can feel it coming up this way. So I've been assured that this tent is really good in the wind. And I've also been assured it's only going to be about 10 or 15 mile an hour at the most. So onwards and upwards, eh? Don't know if you can see it, but there's a hovering kestrel up there looking for its next feed. It's amazing how they just hover like that, and they'll be looking at something really close down, and then obviously wants to see it, they wait for it and dive down and get it. That must be about 30 feet high. I don't know about your eyes, but my eyes couldn't see a little mouse from that height. Never mind how steady you are. Right guys, so we're about a third of the way up now. I'm heading up towards the ridge now. I want to get an idea what it's like for exposure up there for weather. And rather than going up the side here where it's sheltered, I want to get an idea what it's like on top. I've packed for, obviously, winter. You know, the snow's coming in. We're getting up to the snow line even. And I've put a sort of Primaloft jacket on. Got a thermal insulated string vest thing on. And I've got this waterproof on and thermal pants. Just walking up here, I've had to strip down to my woolly string vest because I'm too bloody hot. Be a good test for the gear tonight. Should get down to about -2. I've already been out in -2. But I had a different sleeping bag then. This one's a new one. Barrow Fell's quite an easy one during the day, no kit. Obviously when you're slogging a load of stuff up, it's a little bit harder, but I find it easier than Cat Bells. There's no scrambles on this one. There's a couple of steep sections, but no scrambles. Roughly the same height, roughly the same views. Bar you're not looking down on the lake. Well, there's one over there. When you get over the top, you can see Derwent, but that's hidden mostly by Cat Bells. But this one's a a nice one, especially if you're uneasy about going up fells. Then this is probably a good one to start on. I wouldn't say it's not well known, because it is well known, but obviously less well known than Cat Bells. But I mean, look at it. Looks like there's a big rain cloud coming in over there. So yeah, we'll hopefully avoid it. Saying it quietly just so the weather gods don't hear me. Because you know what they're like, especially in Cumbria. As soon as you say it's dry, it starts raining. As I'm walking up here, I'm just looking out for potential places to sleep, and it's level ground and all that kind of stuff. There's a bit here. I'm not sure the footprint will fit on this section here. I was also looking here for a shaded bit, but as you can see, there's loose rocks and there's random rocks around the bottom of here, and you never know when it's the day. A loose rock might just come down. Sheep might just roll one down off the top of there. Oh, it's not going to push one down, is it? But they might just knock one loose, a rock, and it could come down at any moment. So if you're sleeping in a tent and something like that comes down on your head, it's good night Vienna. No tent's going to stop that. Not even a Hillyberg. Anyway, this is one potential spot that I was thinking of. This little bit here. But this is right where the path is. And you do get mountain bikers coming off down here now and again. And you can see a couple of tracks. And I don't want to be mountain bike fodder. So potentially down there, it's a little bit sloped. But I'm on the ridge now, and the wind's quite calm. So I might do a summit camp or near the summit. It levels off at the top, and there's a couple of bits that see what it's like. This is just a big old slope all the way up. I mean, I say it's an easy spell. It is a bit of a grind. A couple of people coming off the top there. Just see the A66 and you've got Keswick. I'm not pointing any hills out because you can't see any. Well, you've got little Swinside over there. Private mountain. And this little bit over here is outer side. That's another option. We're up near the top now, and the clouds come in. You can just see some stuff behind me there, but nothing anywhere else. The good thing is the wind's calmed down a bit, which is a good thing. But yeah, the forecast was for mist tonight, so we're not going to bloody see a thing anyway. Well, it's going to get dark, so there's another option that I was thinking of. Is way down there. To sleep down there if it wasn't viable up here. But to be fair, I want to try and get the views in the morning, and I think if we go over the top this side here, try and keep on this side of the fell, and yeah, to be honest, I think it's going to be harder than I thought to find a pitch. Can't really pitch on the summit because it's solid rock, but I think down there it kind of levels off. What I might do is venture over this side a bit, see if I can get a bit of level ground. Now there's a good couple of places I can see over there. In fact, it's actually cleared off a little bit, which is good, so I can see a bit more. Yeah, this is a potential. And we've got that path down that way, which takes us down. I'm going to walk on a bit further, so we'll have a look a bit further down here. Looks a bit unlevel. Okay, so we've got another pitch here, which doesn't have as better views, but it's a bit more sheltered than that one up there. It does feel boggy though. That first bit's looking like the one. So I'm just going to venture back here and see where the path is again, just so I can get my bearings. It looks like we are quite a ways off the path. Right, I'm going to drop down again, look at that potential place. Good thing about being in the snow is you can retrace your steps easy enough. It is starting to get a bit darker now, so I think I'm going to make my choice between these two. If this one here is far enough off the path, I'm going to choose this one, just because it's harder ground and nicer views. This is it. I'm going to camp here. Just trying to feel how bumpy it is. I suppose you can't tell until you get in the tent. Right, okay. Hopefully we can get the tent pitched quickly. Right, I'll bring you back when I'm up. Well, I had all these intentions of filming me put the tent up. What a nightmare. It just started snowing, and because this is an inner first tent, I really had to get it up. So them quick lessons I had in the shop proved really valuable. But it's just stopped snowing now. You can probably see the snow on the roof there. And this is the new tent. Not that you can see much, but it's a Hubber bikepacking tent. It's the MSR Hubber. And it's a lot higher than my other one. You've got a lot of headspace. And yeah, when it's cold and wet and you're trying to get lightweight waterproofs off, they just stick like plastic bags to you. So it was quite handy getting that up. I've got a bit more of a porch, as you can see there. It doesn't look much, but it's a lot better than what I used to have. And it's got one of these little vents up here, so you can actually peer out and see what's going on. Do you want to see? I have got a view. Check that out. Right, that's the tent pitched. Now I had to quickly put this up because it just started snowing really heavy, and I just thought I'd jump out of the tent now and make sure everything's tight. Because yeah, it really came in. These I think it's probably where I'm pitched on kind of a angly flat bit. It's a bit weird. Right, this is the top. There's the pitch. Starting to get dark now. I can just see coming ahead there where Keswick is in the light. You just see the lights of the town. There's a bit more stuff coming in there. This is just a bit of a clear view. Sunsets that way, so it's a bit lighter over that way. It's a bit darker over that way, but I can see something coming in. And to me, it looks like rain of some kind, or, this height is probably snow. Causey Pike, outer side, and to the one. Right, I'm going to drop back down over here. I'm going to take my little footpath. I'm not going to take the direct route because I ain't got my waterproofs on anymore. And I think I'm going to go back in the tent and we can watch that coming in. Just looking at this route here. It looks so different in the dark. Well, when it's starting to get dark and snowy. This route coming up. Oh, where are we at now? There we go. Up there is Barrow. That route up there is Stonycroft. Quite a common route for mountain bikers and walkers alike. There's a lot of gill scrambling going on. I don't think there's much going on at the moment though. Rather cold. Right, I'll see you in the tent. Well, you can see it's a bit of a mess in here. It's starting to get dark outside. I don't know if you can see it all. Just about. It's starting to look a bit dark and rainy. Well, I'm here. Got the light on up there. Sleeping bag lofting out now. Been packed up for a couple of days, so should be all right. Got my hat on, got my jacket on, got my thermals. I think I'm settling in for the night now. It's starting to rain again. I'm going to check the forecast in a minute. I think it's going to be on and off all night, but it's going to be light rain, I think. Hopefully we don't get any heavy snow. Thought it was way down a little bit. Just checking the guy ropes before I go back in and settle in for the night. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of... it's just come down. You see that mist? Look at that. Right. Everything looks good. I could just feel it being a bit heavy on the front there, so basically it was just the snow pushing it in. Really misty now. Right, I'm going to get back in. Get warm. Right, well, it just shows you how cold it can get outside. I was sat here before in my down top, and I've got another jacket underneath and copious amounts of layers, and I was warm in the tent. I just got out there to film a bit, and it's just basically all the warmth. It's took me like maybe an hour to get warm, and all the warmth is just lost within about 5 minutes being outside. I know it's cold outside, it's about -5, something like that, but it just shows you how quick you can get cold. I've got a hat on, I've got this over the top of it, down jacket, Primaloft jacket, then I've got really sexy woolly top on, woolly thing on, so that's quite a few layers, and yeah, got cold almost instantly, but in the tent, cozy and warm.
I survived the night. So last night was windy, rainy, and then windy and rainy, and then it got really windy. It's calmed down a bit now. It's after 6. Yeah, see if you can see outside. The light. Okay, so last night was windy. How I can describe it really. It got to about 4 o'clock, and I was thinking if it gets any worse, I'm gonna have to pack up. But made it through the night. Tent made it through the night, and yeah, it done well. Everything seems to be in order. Haven't yet been outside, but I've had a quick look outside, and yeah, seemed fine. She stands sturdy. When you're in the tent listening to it rattling around, you always panic and think that you know the tent poles, not a tent pole, the pegs come out, but no, she's standing straight. It's pretty good. It's quite funny to think I've spent a full night in there. Yeah, nights these days are like from 6 o'clock, 12 hours in that tent. See, yeah. Right, I'm going to go up to the top now and have a little look. Looks like, right, let's walk to the top of Barrow. Oh, man. I think there's some weather coming in, so I'm going to get back down, pack the tent up, and get warm, get my gloves on. Things get a bit cold. There she is. Right, there you go. We're all packed away. A couple of ounces later. Leave no trace apart from a little flat area where you were. Goodbye home for the night. Oh. Sun just shining off Skidder there. Looks lovely. Down over to the Basque Plate. No sooner does the wind drop, the rain comes in. So, second night successful. Solo camp on a different mountain, a bit further away from home. That way. Feels like I'm a bit more out there here. Up a mountain. Actually up a mountain. Even though it's called Barrow.
just going to keep filming here. I just came for a little explore, and I just seen like a white stone. Top of Uzikar Screes, or Uzikar, or Uzika, whatever you want to call it. And just noticed this. I think it's probably was a thing. Now it's not a thing. Right. I'm not up for scree running this morning, so I'm not too sure how rare they are, but it's nice to see wildlife like that you don't normally see on mountains. Look at that sun. Oh, I hope this comes out. Very blotchy on the lens there. I think just so much damp around. Oh, I'm going to have to strip a layer off. Right, we're coming to the last descent. It's been such a lovely evening, really eventful. So glad I made it through the night. You know, I was thinking at one point I'm going to have to pack up and drop off or drop down a bit. I didn't want to do that. Nice and cozy in my sleeping bag, and just didn't want to leave. And I'm glad I stayed. Oh, the sun's just come out and it's gorgeous. I've just sat down and organised some stuff, and yeah, took 2 layers off, and I'm still warm. That's it. But it's not the end of the camping or anything. In fact, it's sparked me on a bit more. If I can do that, I can stop in worse weather. I'm quite glad the way I'm doing things, where I'm going up easy mountains. I'm learning as I go along, picking up little bits. You can learn a lot on YouTube, but what you can't do is things that you need for yourself, you know, the real sort of specific things. Because we all live in different places and have different commitments and everything like that. So, you know, you can't just... I've prepped a lot. I've done a lot of research and gear and all that. There's little things that you just need to learn, teach yourself. So by stopping in your garden, which sounds funny to people, but it pays dividends when you're out on the fells or out in the wilds. So hopefully when the season comes round, it starts getting winter again, I'll have plenty more experience and have a good idea of what I need to do. What I have learnt is preparation in finding the right place. Okay, so that's been my second successful wild camp, and it's been beautiful. Got a bit windy on top, but it's calmed down now. I'm going to go home for a brew. See ya.